So good afternoon, February the 18th, 2016. This is CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Today is day number 8 in week number 4. So let's get started. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Today is day number 8 in week number 4 of our study in this course. So week number 4, as you can see, the theme is information literacy and competency, right? So in this past Monday, I introduced to you the teacher's message number 4. In the teacher's message number 4, I remind you that you have an assignment due this weekend. You need to prepare 6 important items, or what we call the artifacts for learning contract number 1. And so I just want to make sure that you will come back to this message and take a look at this table to make sure what you need to prepare. Your journal, the peer-based discussion forum, in which you have to do it using the peer online discussion forum. The report. Over there you can see some assessment rubrics. We use those assessment rubrics to give you a score, okay? And here you also have a report guideline, okay? And I just want to make sure that here I said not more than 6 A4 pages. Actually, it should be not more than 10 A4 pages, all right? Because you're 2 persons in the report, you need to present 2 topics, 1 from each of the 2 members in your pair. And so you can say that 5 pages per topic, so 5 pages per student in your pair, right here. This will be 10 A4 pages, not more than 10 A4 pages. And of course, you can use an appropriate font size, about 10 or 9 in your whole report. That should be okay. And then, of course, the refractive law, okay, it's also very important. Allow me to tell you that this rubric is very good in the sense that it helps you to make sure you produce something that is of quality, okay? So you can see this is the rubric. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sub-rubrics in this table. Each row represents 1 rubric. And so you can get at most 4 points per row. And so for each row, if you want to get a point of score 4, you need to reach the standard that is stated here in your writing. Okay? This is just for generic writing exercise. That is very important too, because in this course, the report is measured by the quality of your writing. All right? Context, content development, the sources and evidence, very important here. The control syntax and mechanics. So I happen to got 1 guidebook here, which is produced by the English Language Center of the university. They provide very good guidelines in the writing process. Okay? All right, so this is the assignment you need to do. And remember that I introduced to you in the past Monday, believe the service of this assignment. It is the information literacy skills that I would like to develop in each one of you, okay? And what's the information literacy skills all about? Remember the 5 important stages. You have a need for information. You need to access the information. The need, access. You need to evaluate the information you got. You need to use the relevant information, and you also need to credit your sources to make sure that you do not steal someone else's work and do it as if they are your own. Okay? So that is our learning. That's from Monday. We also introduced to you the discovery process of the information literacy skills that you need to learn and demonstrate in your first learning contract. D for define what you need to do, what information you need. I to inquire about the usefulness or the relevancy of the information. S to search for more. C to collect them after you've searched information. The O to organize the information you believe are relevant into something good The V to verify the valuable, the valid. Okay? The E expressed as in your report. The R to put some refractions on what you learned from that. So if you look at the 6 items of interest in your first learning contract, starting from the journal to your discussion forum, to the report, to the blog, to the proposals of what you want to do next, as well as to the meeting minute, these are meant to give you a chance to demonstrate the skills you're going to learn and you have learned in the discovery process. Okay? So again, on Monday, we also introduced to you another side of the assignment in learning contract number 1. We want you to think about this assignment not as a mechanical process. It's a research assignment which you can add a lot of meaning to it by attributing meaning into what you're going to do and make it meaningful for the two of you. It's the key to learning something important from this assignment. Okay, remember, the theme of the first learning contract is inquiry-based learning, IBL. Now what is IBL all about? We tell you that. It's about questioning into something. And we introduce to you the process of questioning into something by using O as an observation step, by using I as an interpretation step. Interpretation means asking questions of interest. And also by extracting your A, the applications, the lessons learned. So, you know that we also emphasized towards the end of the last class on Monday that you need to come to the OIA for the journal writing. You also need to come to the OIA for your discussions. So in order to help you one more time, to remind you where you can get information on that, you need to come to day 1 and go to online activity where you can see online learning journals and online discussion forum links. In the first learning contract, we are very much interested in the first 2 links. The first link gives you guidelines on the OIA in preparing the journals. The second link gives you guidelines on the OIA in engaging your learning partner into the discussions. Now today, although I have not mentioned it explicitly, that you know that you need to sit with your learning partner in order to facilitate the process of learning. And I must tell you that I'm very glad that today we have 3 speakers who are going to share with us what they've learned from our classes. So the speaker, let's say, let me go back to, wow, that's a lot. Let's see. No, it's not this one. I'm sorry, I made it wrong. It's this one. It's this one. Okay. So we have 4 sign-up, actually more than 3. Star is the last person. Gabriel is the second last, and then Nicholas is the 4th. So that means in the order of presentation, Nicholas is the first one. Gabriel is the second, and then Star is the last one. Okay, so I will reserve enough time for you, 5 minutes for each one of you. Okay, so let me go back here. Now to the regular lessons to be learned today to pick up. First of all, it's important that we have to walk you through the remaining 2 important modules of this research assignment. Now, you should have selected a topic of your interest, and that is what we did in Monday's class. The second thing you need to ask is, now that I know what I want in the context of the topic chosen, how do I find what I need? So today, we're going to invite the professors again to help us to understand, looking for information from the open web, which is the intellect, and also from the closed web, which is the databases that is often found in our library. So let's run this through to make sure you have some sense about this, and then we come to the University of Macau Library to let you experience about looking at information there. Okay, to save some time, now let's go.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the difference between search engines and databases, how to develop a search strategy for your research paper or project, how to access databases using the library website, and how to use database tools to refine and focus your search. Ready? Let's get started. Search engines are open web-based search tools such as Google, Yahoo, or Bing that help you locate information available on the World Wide Web. You're probably very familiar with those. Databases use the internet to search for information too, but use a restricted part of the web to store information that is off limits to search engines like Google. This portion of the web is sometimes referred to as the closed or dark web, where search engines troll the free and open web where anyone can post anything. Databases search a much more controlled environment of information that has been checked for validity and reliability, what we call authoritative sources. The authority of the sources you use to support your research paper or project is crucial. If you think of your project or paper as building a house, your sources are its foundation. If your foundation is strong, the house is solid. If your foundation is weak, your house may collapse. Before we jump in on databases, let's do a bit more preparation. Another difference between databases and search engines is how you communicate with them. Where Google can gobble up whole sentences of natural language queries, databases relate better to what we call keywords, the essential terms of what you're searching for. When first dealing with databases, this is maybe the most challenging difference in the search engine like Google. But here's the upside. As you get a handle on databases, you will find that using keywords is one of the tools you can use to give you much more relevant, focused results. Think about it. When was the last time a Google search returned less than a gazillion results? Our natural language Google search on cyberbullying, for example, returned 539,000 results. Yeah, that's right. Fast track to information overload and, well, let's just say you got to get it real early to go through that many results. Let's look at our topic question. What steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? All right, let's break this down. Good. Now let's take these keywords and plug them into a database to see what happens. Let's start with a reference database. If your professor says, no Wikipedia for your research project, not to worry. Your library's got you covered. So let's take a look at Credo Reference, a good reference database accessible from the library website, which you can reach from the Mercy College homepage, mercy.edu, then mouse over Academics, scroll down to Libraries, and that will take you to the library homepage. Then scroll down to the research column there in the center. Select Find Articles by Subject. This is a listing that's going to give you all of the databases by subject or your major. It helps you find which databases have strengths in a particular field. It also, off to the left, lists our most popular, our heavy hitters, which includes Credo Reference, the big reference database. So, let's take a look to see how our keywords may fare in a database like this. So, we click on Advanced Search, which is going to give us a few more options, and we put in cyberbullying up top, because that's our main keyword. Then in an exact phrase, we can enter 2 words or more, and you see there's social media, but also there's social media or social networking, which is actually something that might give us a few more options on the return. So let's go with that, see what happens. Click search, and not an overwhelming number of results, but we could get 9. And as you see there, we have cyberbullying, we have cyber internet offenses, cyber stalking. That looks interesting. And then scrolling back up here, off to the left, just to point out briefly, you'll see how the database tries to focus these articles into a way that makes it easier for you to determine what you want. Let's click on cyberbullying just to see what it gives us there, and you see it gives us a little sort of introduction to the article. If that looks interesting, you can click on the link to give you the complete text. Over on the right side, right here, you'll see a number of little tools that are with every article. It will give you an email option, a PDF option, a save option, a share option. Down at the bottom, these are the citation styles that you can choose. You see you have an option APA, MLA. So Credo will also fix you up that way as well. Credo Reference has given us a good start. Now let's check out one more database for a wider range of information sources. All right, now let's look at another database, a general purpose database, again accessible through the Mercy College homepage, mouse over academics, down to libraries. Then in the center column there, look for the second link to find articles by subjects. Then the general listing off to the top left there. You see where we chose Credo last time. Now we're going to look at Proquest collections. This is a database, actually it's 16 databases in one, and can be a nice one-stop shop for your article search. As you see, we have our keywords laid out there and ready to go. We have cyberbullying up top. We have social media or social networking as we used before. This time we have them placed within quotation marks, which will tell the database only bring back those words exactly as they appear within the quotations. I'm going to click on the full text, which will give us just that, and I'm going to leave everything else off. Click search. Let's see what happens. Well, 2,420 results. More than the 9 that Credo gave us, but less than the 569,000 that Google gave us. Also, you'll note over here on the right that Proquest will bring back a number of different types of articles. And you see there the magazines, there are 118 magazines. I think I want to go there. I want to see what we have on these keywords in magazines that Proquest found for us. So just scrolling down, looking for titles that may be interesting. And you see the keywords are highlighted there. Look at number 6. How to stop the bullies. Yes. Click on the title. It will bring you to the abstract page. The abstract is a summary of the article, which can be helpful. If that looks promising, then you can kind of scan the article there. You see there's the full text, and you can see where the highlighted keywords show up. If you prefer the PDF version, which will look more like a photocopy of the original, that's also available. And you see it has email, print, and the handy cite option. Click on that, and yes, Proquest will cite that article in the style of choice. There's APA, there's MLA, whatever you want, you just tell it, it does it. You can also email yourself the article, which also offers you the opportunity to include at the bottom the citation in any particular style that you want. So, Proquest will do this with every article. It's a very useful, very user-friendly database, and along with Credo, may be all you need for your project. If you find you need more help, check the supplementary sources available in Blackboard, or ask a Mercy College librarian for help.
Here we go. Now you've just seen a very interesting video.
Here's what we've
Let's
covered
do
in this
review
module.
first.
We've learned about the basic differences between search engines and databases. We developed keywords from our topic question to focus our database search. We accessed and searched 2 databases through the library website to locate valid, authoritative outside sources for your research project. And we learned that additional information is available through the module companion site, available through your Blackboard course, or asking Mercy College librarian. In our next module, we'll learn about how to credit your outside sources and how to avoid plagiarism, which is a big dark hole you definitely don't want to fall into.
Here we go. Now let's try to follow the step just mentioned by the professors there. Normally, when we start on the search for something specific, in the case of our research assignment, for example, we use cyberbullying, that's the keyword. So, when we use the open web, which is like Google, say, we can enter a sentence, maybe something like, how to stop, okay? Let's do it, cyberbullying. Now, I just want to look up from the internet some information on this topic, how to stop cyberbullying, you know, bullying over the web. So let's just press enter. Look at the number of results that we got. It's 2,740,000 results. Can we manage this number of entries? We really cannot do anything about this, but we got a lot of very interesting things. Take a look at the first one. Stop cyberbullying, help kids know how to prevent it. Well, this looks very, very good for its purpose. Okay, now let's do another thing. All right, but this time, let's just look up related information on one keyword, cyberbullying. Okay, let's see how many entries are we going to get. Wow, 2 times, almost 2 times the number of entries we got in the first sentence. So because we used the keyword cyberbullying. Well, cyberbullying, anti-cyberbullying, stop cyberbullying, and a lot more you can see. All right, so you see that normally we use Google to look up related information, and then we access those informations because we have a need to know something more about cyberbullying. Then we have to do evaluations of those entries until we find those relevant entries which we're going to use them in our writing. And so we need to cite sources. Now, the next thing, which is very much discussed by professors in the video, is called Prose Work. Okay? The Prose Work means at the University of Macau and any other university, for example, the Mercy College there, the library is going to support the research activity of the scholars and students by subscribing to different authoritative sources in the form of libraries, databases. Okay, so let's go to the University of Macau. Okay, so we come to the website. And from the website, go to the library website. So this is the university library's website, library website. So what we are going to do is we're going to follow the suggestions which you see in the video minutes ago of how to look up relevant information from the databases subscribed by our library. So we go to resources because we know that under resources thing, there are something called electronic resources, and under electronic resources, you can see databases, e-journals, research poll, or something like another type of databases, and tribal databases. So since we're interested in data, which is collected by those relevant agencies, so we go to databases. Now once we got into databases, we need to select which database to use, okay? Which database to use. In the example video there, the Mercy College subscribed to the Cradle references. So do we have Cradle references? I guess we may not, because we can check. Let's see if we have a search name here. Not here. Other resources, general educations, digital library. Okay, let's go to C. Let's go to C, and under C, if we have the Cradle references, that means the Cradle library, a database system, which spelled C-R-E-D-O. Do we have C-R? Let's go down. Let's go down the check. Let's go down until we cannot see all, or until we got past all. Okay, we go to O and we go to O, computer database, and we have conferences, criminal, which is CRI. So we do not have CRE. So maybe we do not have this database. So we go back. Another database name which is mentioned by the professors in the video is called the Proquest. The Proquest database, let's go to P, and we go to P and see if we got Proquest. Oh, good. We have Proquest Family Health, one database. We have Proquest Political Science, the second database. We have Proquest Sociology, the third database. Oh, that's good. And then we do not have any more. So we at least have 3 important Proquest databases. So let's look up information on cyberbullying. Okay? Let's go to the sociology one. We believe that is closest to what we want. Now remember, when we do a search using databases love keywords. It could not take a sentence. Let's try doing a sentence. Assuming we just type something in like this, and then we hit return. All right, we got something. Looks like, what do you find? The search string would directly go to some keyword interpreted by the search string enter, and use that keyword to look up related information for us. And what's the keyword? You can see the keyword highlighted here in yellow is cyberbullying. They will not look at the keyword stop. They will not look at the keyword how. Okay? They will look at the keyword cyberbullying. Now let's take a look at that. Remember this. Okay? How many entries do we have? 20. 1 to 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, look! They do use to stop to look up something, all right? Although we know that this is not our interest. Okay? Ah, both. Okay, how? Now let's try one more time. This time I just want to make sure you got some comparisons. Okay? Let's go to this website. Let's go to website. Let's go to library again, and let's go to database. And this time we go into Proquest again. All right. So this time we go to the same database. This time instead of entering how to stop cyberbullying, we would like to just include cyberbullying. What do you think? Do we have more entries found or less? Press the con. More or less? Or fewer, better say. Let's try. Okay. This time we again have 20 using this keyword. All right? So let's compare the 20 here with the 20 earlier. Remember, this time we do not have how to stop. All right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think it'll give you 20, but this time all the 20 entries found are very much focused on keyword cyberbullying instead of the earlier one, which is also include how to install. Okay? So this is one way for you to look up information from databases subscribed by our own library. Now, let's get one step closer to what we want. Let's say, oh, we love this article, say, Estonian students, perceptions and definitions of cyberbullying. Suppose this is what we want. We click into this link, okay, and then we brought to this particular page, okay? this is a very interesting page in which you can find a full text article in PDF, okay? But what we're interested in is this particular box, okay? On this particular box on the right, you can see you download the PDF, full PDF. You can do the cite, which is as mentioned in the video. I want to know how am I going to cite this source. So I click on the site, okay? And then I got this. This is a citation of this article based on the APA style, okay? How do you know? Because that citation style is APA 6th, American Psychological Association, 6th edition. And that is the style you need to use in this course. And once you got that, what you need to do is you copy and paste this, okay? And you put it in your journal, or you put it in your notebook, all right? Or if you do not want to copy and paste like this, you want to copy and paste later, you can do an email to yourself, all right? You can email this by entering your email address and the name of the person who would like to receive an email, okay? Or you want to do it a print directly with a printer, you can do something like this. And so this is how you're going to manage to handle your entries, okay? Now what if I want to go back to the results? When you use the keyword cyberbullying to look up related entries using this databases, you see that you have 213 results, okay? But here, you just got the first 20, see? Okay, so don't get confused. I just want to make sure you are not being confused by my earlier explanations. So you've just seen an important way to use the dark web or the Prose Work, which means the databases subscribed by our library, besides using the search engines like Google. So having said that, now that I know what I want, how do I find what I need? You got two important methods: open web and closed web. Databases, in the context of the University of Macau, with many databases, okay? Now I want you to know that now that you discover what you want, you have also cite the sources. Why is it important to do that? Let's continue with this.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn about plagiarism, what it is, and how to avoid it, citations and bibliography, using and crediting outside sources in your own text, the ALA and MLA citation styles. Ready? Let's get started. What is plagiarism? Well, simply put, plagiarism is taking someone else's work and trying to pass it off as your own. Now, back in the day, the lines were more obvious. You took something that wasn't yours, it was stealing.
You realize what would happen if I handed in my homework in your handwriting? I'll get kicked out of school.
But in today's mashup culture, where sampling and sharing are commonplace, the lines have become much more blurred. In academic writing, though, using someone else's work without credit is still a no-no. A big no-no. A great, big, honking, ugly no-no. Plagiarism can get you busted in a number of ways, and none of them are good. Failing your paper, failing the class, put on academic probation, even expulsion from college. In short, something to be avoided. As a rule of thumb to stay safe, anything in your paper or project that had any help or support from an outside source, credit the source. Let's take a look at the most common instances in crediting outside sources in your research paper or project that you're likely to come across. For this, let's call upon the fine folks at Purdue University's Online Writing Lab, or OWL. See how it just credited a source there? Okay, let's look at in-text citations, paraphrasing, summary, and quotations. The word on these acronyms acronyms and citation styles, APA, MLA. What do those mean? Well, APA and MLA are two of the most popular citation styles you'll be working with. APA is the style of the American Psychological Association and is used primarily in the sciences. MLA is the style of the Modern Language Association and is used primarily in the arts and humanities. As your academic careers progress and you get further into your majors, you may encounter other more specialized styles, but APA and MLA are the two most common. So let's take a quick look at how the OWL site can help you sort of cut through some of this confusion of how to format certain in-text citations. If you're working in the APA style, as you see, just select APA and then scroll down here and you'll see that the OWL site not only tells you, but it shows you exactly how to lay out your short quotations, your long quotations, your summary or paraphrase. The nice thing about it is that you can just make yours look like this and you'll be fine. Working in MLA instead, not a problem. Just switch over to MLA style, then go to the Formatting and Style Guide, and then to MLA in text citations, and it will show you the same information, but it will give it to you in the MLA style. So again, very, very helpful site. But wait, there's more. In addition to all this citation stuff in the body of your paper or project, there's also the bibliography page that lists alphabetically the complete citations for all of the sources you used in your paper or project. So again, the OWL site is one that can help you through this part of the process. If you're using MLA, the MLA bibliography is called a Works Cited page. And OWL has an entire Works Cited page worked up here for you, and it includes books, magazines, newspapers, journal articles, just about anything. DVDs are in there. Anything you can think of is going to be there, and it's all formatted correctly, of course. So it's called Works Cited. If you're using MLA, just go and make your page look like this. If it's APA you're doing, well, click over to the APA style, and the APA bibliography is called a reference page. As you can see, citing your sources correctly involves a lot of detail and can be more than a bit frustrating. After our quick review, I'll point you to some additional sources of information to help. But first, let's review what we've covered in this module. We learned about plagiarism, what it is, and how to avoid it. We learned about the different styles of citations crediting your sources in the body of your research paper or project. We learned what APA and MLA mean and what subjects these styles generally apply to. We learned about your bibliography page that lists all of your sources alphabetically at the end of your paper or project. Ooh, that was a lot. Here are some additional sources that can help you with your citations and citation style. In addition to Purdue's OWL site, there are a number of style guide templates available on the open web. One being EasyBib, which is very popular and embedded in a number of databases, including Credo and Proquest. Do keep in mind that if you use MLA, it's free. If you use APA, you gotta pay. So that is something to keep in mind, for which we recommend the Son of Citation Machine, which is free for both APA and MLA. So you see, you just select the style you want, APA, for example, and then what is it you're citing? A book, a web page, a journal, perhaps? Select that. Type in the information from the citation, and then Son of Citation Machine will set the style for you. Also in MLA as well. If you'd rather just talk to an actual human being, come on down to the library at any time and talk to a Mercy reference librarian. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Very good. Now, when you have review the messages presented by this sub-video on crying out on the citation stuff. So I think it's very important for me to remind you two important sources here. One is called Purdue Online Writing Lab. Let me just go to the Purdue Online Writing Lab to make sure you got a sense of it. Let's go to Purdue OWL. Right here, the first one is, it's a very good source of actuaries where you need to get help to help you complete the writing project at any time, including the report in this particular assignment. It contains a lot of resources, and the resources we just mentioned here is on research and citations. The second one, he mentioned, it's the idea of the sum of citation machine. Another very important tool that you need to learn how to use. It's right here. Here you got everything you need in order to cite a source, including a book, magazines, newspaper, website, journal, film, and any others, okay? So it's a very useful site where you can learn how to cite something. Now, when you do the citation of something, it includes two important parts. One is the citation inside the text, called the in-text citation. Another is the references, the through reference of your source. And you have to list those references in your bibliography page as you learn from the video. So in order to help you understand this a little bit further, I would like to bring you to this very important video, okay?
Hi, this is David, your host, and today we're going to be talking about a very tough nut to crack, and that is reference citation. Now, when it comes to reference citations, you have basically three options. Option number one is pull out the handbooks, APA, MLA, Chicago Tribune, Harvard, Blue Book. You'll have one, don't worry. Now, when you get one of these handbooks, be sure to look through and choose the right citation from among the 200 or 300 or so different citation formats and variations, and do a good job of picking those out, and you'll be okay. Oh, and don't forget the exception, okay? Now, your second method would be to hit Google. Why not? Go to Google, type in APA reference citation, let's see, website was no longer. That should be right there. Let's see how many results we get. 260,000. Well, hey, just do the book on the thing. And remember that each website is going to be using different examples, and some websites might even contradict them. Third option. Aha! Citation machine. That's right. There's a machine where you can put in the information that you got in the library. The citation machine does the algorithm and spits out a citation for you. Now, that's kind of like the difference between counting with your fingers with a math exam and using a Texas Instruments C2000 pocket calculator. But like a pocket calculator, you only get a correct answer if you put in the correct information. So they're not foolproof. But I do guarantee you that the citation machine will, more often than not, get you much closer than the handbook and the Now, which citation machine should you use? There are a lot of good ones out there, but there's only one that gives you both the reference citation and the intent citation. And that machine is the citation machine. And that's what this video is all about.
This is a brief tutorial on the Son of Citation Machine, sometimes called simply Citation Machine. Its URL is citationmachine.net. It is the first and most widely used citation machine on the internet. Here's how to use it for APA citations. Step 1. In the Choose Your Style section, select APA. Next, choose the type of source that you're using. All types are self-explanatory except maybe the difference between a magazine and a journal. A magazine is usually sold on newsstands and contains consumer advertising. However, a journal does not contain consumer advertising and is written by experts whose submissions are reviewed by experts in a process called peer review. A magazine's articles are written by staff writers and rarely reviewed by outside experts. If you need more explanation, Citation Machine provides a quick definition of each in the boxes below. Okay, let's choose a journal, since this is the type of publication your professors most often recommend that you use. Now, you choose between autofill mode and manual mode. I've never had much luck with autofill mode. So for this exercise, please select manual mode. And on the next page, you literally fill in the blanks. Here are a few hints. Contributor type. Look at the information found about your article in the library. Unless the information says contributor, editor, compiler, or translator, assume that the names you see are author names. In our case, you see that Michael Jones is clearly labeled author. Simply type in author names, first and last. If there's more than one author, click on the +1 author tool to add authors. For this article, we have only one, Michael Jones. Next, the article's title. In APA, when citing an article, you capitalize the title like it is a sentence. In other words, capitalize only the first word of the title and any proper noun in APA. Therefore, we would capitalize P for prison, but lowercase overcrowded. Then capital T for the, since the is the first word after the colon, which indicates a second title called a subtitle. Then we would use lowercase for the rest of the words, including judge and social worker, which are common nouns. Note that although the title is in all caps on the library record, those all caps are for the library's formatting, not APA. For APA, capitalize the title like a sentence, no matter how you see it printed anywhere else. Okay, journal title. Since this is the title of a publication, all words are capitalized except prepositions and articles. So we will capitalize Wagner, law, and journal. Volume number is indicated by the abbreviation VOL period in the library record. In this case, the volume number is 18. Do not use the abbreviation VOL in Citation Machine, only the number. The issue number usually has the word issue in front of it. In this case, we have access issue number 2. Page number should be all-inclusive for the reference citation. Type in page number without a P or PP and separate the numbers only by a hyphen with no spaces on either side of the hyphen. DOI stands for Digital Object Identifier. It's like a card catalog number for articles. DOIs are relatively new and not all journals have them yet. Magazines and newspapers never have DOIs. As you can see, Widener Law Journal, although a peer-reviewed journal, does not have a DOI. So leave that data field blank. Forwarding. It's very important to remember that you are an online student. And if you're using your school's library, you're accessing these articles via an online database. So choose database as the origin. Only if you are out on the World Wide Web and not in a library would you actually select web as the origin. For the next item, you have to make a choice. If you do not have a DOI, your next choice would be to provide the homepage URL of the journal that published the article. For example, here is the homepage URL of the library law journal. If there is no DOI and no homepage URL of the publishing journal, you can then provide the database URL of the article in the journal or the name of the database. The publication date refers to when the article was published. Looking at our library results page, we find only a year, which is common for journals. Therefore, we leave the month and date fields blank. Date access refers to the date you actually went online and found the article. So, if today is 2015, March 10, that's what you select and type in. Now let's click on Make Citation. The first citation you see is the reference citation, or the full citation. It's the one that goes in alphabetical order on the last page of your paper. You must copy and paste this citation down. Citation Machine does not store any data. So, either manually highlight and use your computer's copy command, or use the copy command in the bottom right of the box you see on this page. Paste this citation onto a Word document labeled References at the top center. The citation will copy in as Times New Roman 12 point. Perfect. That is exactly what APA calls for. But you must also make the citation double-spaced and use a hanging indentation. Do this now before you forget to. Back on Citation Machine. Next, click on Parenthetical. This is how you get the in-text citation. All in-text citations in APA have the same info: author, year of publication, and page number if you have one, paragraph number if you don't. If there is no author listed for a source, use that source's time instead. So, on this page, click the item you want included in your in-text citation. Fill in any blank just as you did for the reference citation. You will fill in 2009 and the page or page numbers depending on what was cited. For example, if the in-text citation refers to a quotation, you would only put the page number or number the quote appears on. Clicking in the gray box makes the items appear in the in-text citation. Now, follow the same copy and paste procedure as before, except this time, the in-text citation goes in the sentence that contains the source information. And remember, the sentence period always goes after the citation. Congratulations! You are now a certified user of Sonnet Citation Machine.
That's great. You can see an applications of this wonderful tool. So now, may I pass the time to the speaker today? First of all, is Nicholas. Are you ready? You have 5 minutes time. Read number 3, yes, public online discussion forum. Yeah. You do broadcasts, yes, broadcasts, right.
Today I will talk something about information privacy. We now is the 21st century. The web tech technology developers nowadays, it is very easy. It's very convenient. And also, at the same time, it is very easy for hackers to steal our personal information from the email, from your password, in the social website, and so on. So first, the definition of the information privacy. Common examples like an individual names, signature, address, telephone numbers are all called privacy. And those things are extremely valuable for the people in the modern society. Well, about information privacy, it is the privacy of personal information and usually relates to personal data stored on computer systems. It is the relationship between collection and dissemination of data technology, the public expectation of privacy, and the legal and political issues surrounding them. And I will give two major examples of these things. First is the Alipay. We know Alipay is very useful in mainland China. We use it to. We can use it to buy things. We can put our money in these Alipays and use when we want to buy something like something in the Taobao website. We use Alipay to buy it. But Alipay is the third-party online payment platform and also has the biggest market share in mainland China. But in 29 December 2003, about 50 million to 25 million account information has been leaked. This is this will cause very worse consequences. And also another example is the 360. On the last day of 2010, common users can get masses of users' private information simply through searching on Google. You can just you can search on Google to find the people's information about the 360 on the website. Some companies declare that 360 violated users' information. This is very terrible, and if we still the company do like that, we cannot protect our information anymore. Here is a video shows about how to protect your information on the phone, but this video is too long, about 10 minutes. You can check this PPT and watch the video called already uploaded on the discussion formula. That's all my presentation.
Thank you, Nicholas, for sharing with us very interesting information for today. 1 minute for question and answer. Do we have any question for Nicholas? 1 minute. Just pause 1 minute. Start your question.
Do we trust no, later this is happened in 2013, but until 2016 they haven't leaked any personal information anymore. So maybe we can trust them.
Yes, that's a good sign. Okay, that's very good. As an update on the informations. Any other questions? Okay, we thank you, Nicholas, for sharing with us the message of today. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Gambo. Okay, Gambo, would you please get yourself ready?
So, hello everybody. Basically today I just have a very short, very small sharing, which is kind of I think we can consider it as additional to today's material. I did some background information about the searching engines. So besides Google, what else engines can we use? Sometimes we use Google a lot. Actually, we do use Google a lot, and it's actually Google the best choice for searching for some kind of information. What can you do if you cannot search information on the Google? So now I found some really useful links and some useful sources instead of Google. So maybe some of those you already know. The first one is Bing, and which is also useful. What I want to say here is that the result of Bing and Google sometimes can be different. So if you cannot search something on the Google, you can have a try on Bing, and you can have a look at the differences between those two, and maybe you can find those you want in this searching machine. And where is that? Okay. And the second one is actually I haven't used this, but it should be it's developed by IBM or bought by IBM. I just know there's one searching engine, and also the third one is, the name of it is called DuckDuckGo, and on this machine it's not going to track your searching, so this is kind of more secure by the website instead of every searching history is tracked by the website, and it may cause some privacy problem. So on the DuckDuckGo, maybe this kind of problem can be solved. And this is only 3 examples. Actually, if you search the internet, there's a lot of searching engines. Actually, what's funny is that those 3 searching machines, after I searched on the Google, and I found those. So if you really want to know something else, and here I have a website to refer to, and also you can just simply search it on the Google. Says what else searching machine can I use instead of Google, and then you can find a lot, and that's one of the additional sources I want to share today. That's it.
Thank you, Gambo. Thank you. All right. Okay, it's all right. So start, you can go ahead because of a time constraint. We just saved 1 minute. You go to week number 3. Yes, go down. Do you want to go back to your forum? Okay, that's good, that's good.
Although this video it was paid during the class, I would like to share my knowledge and thoughts about it. Is about the ethic of using the internet. There are 5 points I want to say. At first, don't use computer to harmful the other. I think everyone knows what is bullying, right? But what is cyberbullying? For example, there is a person, I hate him, so I put a video or photos on the internet and say he's a bad guy. Say some bad things with him. Is cyberbullying. There is lots of cyberbullying, and it may cause the victims get mental illness or suicide. Or the users can hit their identity in the internet. Bullying is a crime. Please remember this. Please consider the others before you write a message or upload a video. Second, do not hack the other's computer. It's also a crime. It's also a crime. And is illegal. Although you also can hide your identity, but also the police can have a way to find your real thing. And everyone remember to check your firewall whether it is open or usable. Third, do not look the others unit like this. Maybe you will know the others password or some essentials email or message. Is also like a hacker and don't be considered as a thief. Fourth, do not cheat the others' computer. And for example, there are many legal websites cheat the others and get the return money. Fifth, before using or download the software or information, please ask the author. Our university, UM is considering plagiarism is a case. Finally, please keep politely and legally in the internet world. Although the identity is hidden, police have some ways to know who is the user. Moreover, the user is still yourself. It will not change to the others. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Star, we can spare 1 minute. Do you have any question for Star? Okay, we thank you, Star, for doing this for us. Thank you for reminding us of things to do and things not to do in the web. So today, basically, we wrap up this week's lessons on information literacy and competency, and hopefully you enjoy this week's learning, particularly transitioning from a dry, doing attitude of submitting your homework to doing something meaningful with the help of your learning partner. For learning contract number 1, selecting a topic, that is your research assignment, okay? So allow me to take attendance for the day, and then I have to let you go because it's almost time. So, but of course, if you have a question, you can stay behind and ask me, all right? So allow me to go back first to the attendance link. Yeah. So Johnson, thank you. Hugo, thank you. Star is here. Ken, are you here, Ken? Yes, thank you. And then Terry, thank you, thank you. Iris, thank you. Andy, thank you, thank you. Christina, not here today. Gabriella. Okay, make sure you join a pair, all right? Okay, please let me know which pair you joined by writing on the document security hotline. Did you write? Okay, I'll set you up this evening. Sonia is absent. Sick or something? Okay. Tina, thank you. Cleo, thank you. Joey, thank you. Winnie, okay. A lot of typical cases. Xiao Wei, thank you. Demi, thank you. Nicholas, thank you. Gabler, thank you. Brew, are you here, Brew? Thank you. Karim, thank you. Ming Chen, thank you. Louise, thank you. Raymond, thank you. Steve, okay, you're not here today. Levine, thank you. All right, the first page is over. Serenia, thank you. Muffin, thank you. Fred, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Fatima, thank you. Heidi, thank you. Karen, thank you. Erica, thank you. Yoga, thank you. Gambo, thank you. Winner, not here today. Ada, thank you. Steve, Chen, thank you. Gia, thank you. Khan, not here today. Yes. I think it's excused. Hannah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, if you have a question, you can stay and ask me. If not, you can go. That's it for today's CISG 113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Okay, date number 8. Until next week, see you.